fart noise. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we're back. It's the Aftershow. Welcome to it. Today, we have EGM review quiz. This time from the January 1998 edition. That
Sounds
is
fun.
25 years ago.
Oh, my.
As we record this episode in 2023. Yeah, although of course it came out on newsstands in December, but you know, yeah, little fudge thing there. Greg and Phil, are you ready to test your knowledge of late 90s video games?
Always ready.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, Greg, we're going to start with you, and then we're going to go on to Phil. This is what you've been playing order.
Okay.
Are you ready? I
am ready.
Excellent. This one is for the Nintendo 64.
Wait, I'm not ready anymore.
Wow. 2 really good blank games in a row. Blank is one of the best and definitely the most unique racers on the N64 thus far. The course layouts are dizzying. Corkscrews, loops, huge drops, etc. And the sensation of speed you get is just awesome. My only complaint is that the weapons are way too effective. Close range attacks will usually hurt you just as much as your opponent. But otherwise, blank is definitely a keeper.
I'm going to say Wipeout 64.
That's what I was thinking.
You were thinking wrong.
Incorrect.
In your face, Phil.
I guess so.
It is not Wipeout 64.
I better think more carefully next time. Okay. So it's not Wipeout 64. We've established that.
We have established that.
Okay.
It is not.
What do you think your second choice would be, Greg, if you had another go?
Ridge Racer.
You don't have to answer that.
He doesn't have to, but I'm just, as a friend, I'm curious.
Well, if he does answer that, he gets the points.
I don't see why. It's not his turn.
Well, too bad.
CJ, I'm trying to cheat. Stop it.
You're not allowed. But Greg, do you have a second answer? No. Shaking your head, no.
Boy. I don't know.
You don't know.
San Francisco Rush. Yeah.
No.
I didn't think it was.
The answer is Extreme G.
Oh.
So what was the reference at the beginning? 2 blank.
Yeah.
2 really good Acclaim games in a row.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Extreme G. All right. Scoreless game so far.
Forgot
Phil.
about that game. Yes.
This one's for PlayStation.
Okay.
No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get into blank. The gameplay is a little frustrating, but once you learn how to do the different tricks, it grows on you a bit. Unfortunately, the game is so sloppy that it prevents blank from being a good game overall. The 3D graphics look all right, but suffer from polygonal breakup. Also, the menus are ugly and the music and sound grate on the nerves. Only get this if you must have a blank game.
This is a PS1 game.
PS1.
Ooh.
You have to learn how to do different tricks.
Yeah.
The game is sloppy. The 3D graphics are all right, but suffer from polygonal breakup.
Tricks. Only get this if you absolutely must have a blank game, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Only get this if you must, in capital letters, must have a blank game. Ugly menus, although a lot of PS1 games have ugly menus.
Yeah. Must be pretty ugly if you're digging them in the review.
Or you just can't think of anything else
Yeah, I
to
know.
say.
But that doesn't seem like if I have 100 words to talk about this game, the menu aesthetics don't really seem like a pressing concern.
Well, that's on my list of reasons to buy a game. Menu aesthetics.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to even think of like games where you would do tricks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I have no answer. I'm gonna pass.
No answer. Passing.
I'm gonna pass. I cannot think of anything.
Oh, the field is wide open.
Oh
for
man.
you.
Yeah.
I want to say this is one of a series of sort of Tony Hawk knockoffs from
Well,
a
that's what I
different
was thinking
company.
too, but
But I can't think of the proper name of any of them.
Because they've all been forgotten to time.
exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I can't think of the proper title. I'm just going to say MTV snowboarding.
No.
It sounds like a cranky old man review of Tony Hawk.
This is Cool Borders 2.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
So at least I had the snowboarding right.
Cool.
Yeah,
You
really.
had the snowboarding. You had the right sport.
I didn't expect it to be the Sony game, though.
yeah, that's
Sony game.
that was
This
the thing, because like the only stuff I could think of was like the Sony ones, which I thought were all relatively well reviewed, but
This was actually the low review on that game.
Oh,
This
really?
was Craig Kuyava gave it a 5.5, but the others were higher than that.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, Greg. We're still at a scoreless game here.
Yep.
So it's anybody's game. This one is for the Sega Saturn.
All right.
That's your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's going to be even more embarrassing when I get it wrong.
I may be in the minority here, but I like the blank games more than blank, and other combo heavy puzzle titles. The gameplay is faster and more exciting, especially in 2-player mode. Plus, it's one of the few puzzle games at which I can beat Shoe. This new installment is the best yet, with selectable characters and some cool new gameplay twists. You even get hundreds of archived puzzles.
Oh my God. This is a competitive puzzle game with archived puzzles.
For the Sega Saturn. Maybe in the minority here. I like the blank games more than blank, and other combo heavy puzzle titles.
I don't know it.
It's one that Crispin can beat Shoe in. Oh, you don't know that?
No, the archived puzzle thing is throwing me. I don't know. I'll just say bust a move, but I know that's not right.
I'm going to say Bust a Move 2. Is it Bust a Move 3?
Oh, it is
God
Bust
damn
a
it.
Move 3.
Should have said 3.
It is Bust a Move 3 for the Sega
I should
Saturn.
have said, I was thinking it might have been 3.
Well, you should have said it.
I should have.
Yeah.
I second guessed myself.
That you did. Well,
Oh,
Phil,
well.
it is now your turn.
Okay.
And this is a game for the Nintendo 64.
Okay.
With its mix of blank, blank, and blank play mechanics, this goofball game isn't revolutionary, but we didn't expect it to be. We expected it to be darn funny, and it is, especially if you're a fan of fart jokes. Most moves and blank are hilarious, but it's the dialogue that'll really crack you up. Blank rounded up several recognizable voice actors. Still, when the jokes get old, so does the game.
Oh. Recognizable voice actors.
Yeah. Has a mix of play mechanics from blanked out games.
Yeah.
And it's a funny game.
I'm trying to think of funny N64 games with recognizable voice actors
And fart jokes.
and fart jokes. Is South Park?
Sorry, that's wrong.
I haven't got the first clue. Chef's Love Shack.
Oh, the answer is Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Oh.
The moves and claytalities are hilarious.
Jesus.
Oh.
They had famous voice actors on that?
Apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Well, we still are in a scoreless game.
Yeah, really.
Wow. Did not expect this, but Greg, you are up.
Okay.
And this one is for PlayStation.
Okay.
I really wanted to like this game since it tries to be so different from all the other racing titles. Trouble is, it's too different for its own good. The novel acceleration system, for instance, has you whipping your blank with a riding crop to make it go faster, just as in the Intellivision classic Blank. Beat your blank too much, and it slows to a near hover. It makes flying through the tiny checkpoints that much more frustratingly tough.
It's a PlayStation game?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
If it makes you feel any better, Greg, I have no idea what he's talking about either.
You beat your blank too much. It slows to a near hover. For a racing game where you have to beat or whip something with a riding crop.
I don't know. I have no idea.
No idea. Wow.
Could you read it again?
Okay.
It's not going to help, but
I really wanted to like this game since it tries to be so different from all the other racing titles. Trouble is, it's too different for its own good. The novel acceleration system, for instance, has you whipping your blank with a riding crop to make it go faster, just as in the Intellivision classic Blank. Beat your blank too much, and it slows to a near hover. It makes flying through the tiny checkpoints that much more frustratingly tough.
oh boy. This feels like one of those things where we're going to hear the answer and be like, oh, yeah.
I don't
Of
know
course.
if you will
Oh, really?
this time. Maybe.
This is PlayStation.
Yes.
Crazy Ivan.
No. Missed it by that much.
What a shame.
Yeah. It is Bug Riders. Bug Riders.
What in the world ever made
What?
you think we would get that?
I didn't.
I-
That was the point.
I'm going to look up the cover for this one.
Yeah, I looked at the cover. I don't recognize it. It is a
I have no memory of this game.
GT interactive title where you are racing giant bugs.
I kind of picked that up from the title.
Or maybe
Mhm.
you are small. I'm not
I do
exactly
not-
sure.
I do not remember this game at all.
Me neither. But it was in that time where GT Interactive was just shitting out
I will say
game after game. Yeah.
Clay Fighter 63 and a third, though.
Mhm.
Frank Welker.
Frank Welker, Rob Paulson, Charlie Adler, Dan Castellaneta, Tress McNeil, Jim Cummings, Jess Hartnell, Jeff Bennett. So
Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer as the announcer. Oh yeah, they got
a lot of names there.
Absolutely star-studded.
Pretty big name voice actors
Yeah.
wasting their time on
Mhm.
Clay Fighter 63.
Well, I mean,
and
I'm
a
sure they got
third.
paid, so they didn't
I'm
waste
sure
their
they did.
time.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Phil.
Yeah.
This one is for the Super NES.
Oh my. And what year are we in again?
1998.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
I've always been a blank fan, and this game reminds me why. There's just something really cool about crossing blank with lasers and other weapons. The simplistic gameplay is a little repetitive, but you'll enjoy it if you're if you're into this type of game. The two-player mode also adds a dose of variety to the game. The bottom line here is if you liked previous blanks, this game will satisfy your craving. Other gamers may get bored quickly.
The fans of this game rejoice. If you like games like this is the game for you.
That's right.
For
the Super NES in 1998.
It's got lasers.
Always been a blank fan.
Always been a blank fan.
This game reminds me why.
Oh boy. I'm trying to think of late, incredibly late Super Nintendo games.
Very late Super Nintendo games. Yeah.
That are apparently part of a series and there are lasers.
Yes.
Oh boy. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
You seem surprised.
No.
I have no idea.
Maybe I'm surprised. Maybe I'm not. Who
I don't know.
knows?
That sounded like genuine surprise.
Okay. So you don't know. You have
I
no
don't
guess.
know.
No guess.
Read it again,
Greg.
CJ.
Oh man.
Just
I've
making you
always-
pay for picking these crappy games.
Yeah, really.
I've always been a blank fan, and this game reminds me why. There's just something really cool about crossing blank with lasers and other weapons. The simplistic gameplay is a little repetitive, but you'll enjoy it if you're into this type of game. The two-player mode also adds a dose of variety to the game. The bottom line here is if you liked previous blanks, this game will satisfy your craving. Other gamers may get bored quickly.
I don't know.
Okay. The answer is Arkanoid. Do it again.
Oh,
Arkanoid. Do it again.
which is a game that I played on the Super NES back in the day
That game was
Yes.
that late?
and really
Yes.
quite liked.
Really, really late. It's a 1997 Japanese game. And then November 3rd, 97 is when it came out.
I knew it was a late release. I did not realize it was that late of a release.
Oh.
that late of a release. Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Because yeah, I actually played through that game on the SNES back in the day.
I have
See.
a copy
Oh,
Yeah.
of my Super Nintendo. I had no idea it was that late.
Well, we have a tie game here, friends.
Jesus.
A tie at 0.
A legitimate tie.
A legitimate
How
tie.
often do we have those?
Oh, not too often.
Yeah.
So we're
Pathetic.
going into our tiebreaker question
Okay.
here, our review at 0-0. And since Phil, you won our last review game, Greg, you get a stab at this first. Yeah.
Good luck, Greg.
All right. Good luck. Here it goes for PlayStation. Wow. I was pleasantly surprised by this latecomer. I was one of the few who were unimpressed by earlier betas, but now that I've ravaged the final, I must agree that Blank rocks. I like the automatic difficulty settings controlled by whether you complete or fail missions. Failing sends you on an easier path. I also enjoyed the smooth control and truly mind-blowing cinematic special effects. I only wish there weren't flight boundaries.
Ace Combat 2.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. Oh boy, what? Colony Wars.
Ooh.
Phil
Really?
has won. Colony
Hooray!
Wars is correct.
Wow.
Colony Wars.
Who made Colony
Absolutely.
Wars?
That was the
Hypnosis.
Hypnosis game.
It was okay, because I was when the gears were turning, I was like, I wonder if this is that Psygnosis space game. What's the name of that one?
Colony
And I
Wars.
was like,
Colony Wars.
I can't remember the name of it.
G Police? No.
Is it- Well, that's what I thought it was.
Hypnosis.
that was G Police was EA.
Was it EA?
No, it
it was
wasn't. No, I'm thinking
Hypnosis.
Future Cop LAPD. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because the thing that popped into my mind was G-Force, but I was like, no, it's not G-Force. G-Force was an old anime.
Yeah.
It was G something. Is it that one? I can't remember. And then I was like, I can't remember the name of that. I'll just say Colony Wars.
Colony Wars. And
Oh
there
my
it is.
goodness.
Phil,
What an exciting time to be alive.
you have won 50 points to 0. So a little bit of a blowout there.
Congrats.
2023,
You clinched it in the
my
end.
year.
Mhm.
Very, very exciting game. Down to the wire.
Everything's
really
coming
was.
up Phil House.
Down to the very last. All right. Thank you, Phil and Greg, for playing this game here, for
Of
racking
course.
your brains, although you didn't really get any of the games until the last one. So that
Hey,
I can't really congratulate you.
all you need is one.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised you didn't get Extreme G.
Why?
I don't know.
When was the last time you thought
Oh.
of Extreme G?
You're right. It's been a while. All right. Well, I also want to say thank you to our listeners who support the show over at patreon.com/P1 podcast. Thank you very much for your support of our show. You make all this after show fun possible. And if that's right, you, dear listener, listening to this podcast right now, not you, Phil. No,
I am listening
listener.
right now.
I guess you are. But hey, if you want to come up with a game, Phil, you can. But for our other listeners, if you have an idea for a game we can play in the after show,
If I come up with a game, I think we do very well at it.
but you see, you got to do something like the review quiz that I come up with, where
Oh.
you do poorly at it.
I just want to do a Jeopardy
Oh,
where I know all the answers and can make it so we win.
oh, okay. We
Yeah.
can do that too. Yeah.
This is
But
Greg's middle name.
Do you know that?
James.
Albert.
You're both right.
There we go.
All right. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh yeah, listeners. Hey, you there with the headphones on. You look like you could come up with
Are
a
you
quiz
still
that we can
talking
play
to
in the
me?
after show. And if you, dear listener, want to come up with an idea, send us your idea for a game to player1podcast@gmail.com. It's just that simple. Yes. And if you want to do a Jeopardy game, you can use jeopardylabs.com to construct that. It spits out a URL, makes it all nice for us to play here on the podcast. So think about that. Why don't you?
Give it a good think.
Give it a good think.
Mhm.
And hey, everybody out there in Radio Land, I hope you are doing well. Hope your friends, family, and anyone that you care about is doing well and is safe in these trying times of 2023. And we hope to talk at you again next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.